Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Tega podcast. I hope you guys are having an amazing time today. For this episode, I have a very special guest here with me. She is a very amazing, gorgeous woman, an international award-winning film and television actress, a model. Ladies and gentlemen, meet this gorgeous and beautiful Nqobile. I hope I pronounced that properly. You're laughing at me.
This always happens.
Nqobile. Anyway.
Can I help you?
You're going to help me with that.
Nqobile.
Exactly. You know that sound.
The click is
that
on
click.
the tip of your tongue and you got to connect it to the top of your mouth.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see.
Nqobile.
Nqobile.
Nqobile. A little
Something
bit. I got
like
it a
that.
little bit. How are you doing though?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you are here. I appreciate your time.
Me too, no worries. Thank you for inviting me.
I know you are in Atlanta for a project, right?
Yes, I've been filming.
So how's that going?
It's been amazing. What we're doing is finishing off a feature film that we started in April. I'm happy to be wrapping it up. I worked with amazing people. I met a lot of incredible people. I love working with people from all over the world, and I got the opportunity to travel with this project. So yeah, very fulfilling journey so far.
Awesome. I mean, this lady, she's the biggest thing, one of the biggest actors that has come out from South Africa. And this episode is going to be very interesting because I've been interviewing a lot of, Nigerians, but this is like a switch, and it's going to be very interesting.
Am I the first South African?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, you are.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm happy about that.
You're
More
happy
of them
about-
should come. They will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe with your connection, just been pointing them to the Big Tega podcast.
I'll do that. Atlanta is an amazing place, and I'm sorry I didn't come here sooner. If I had known, I had no idea. Atlanta is truly amazing.
Are you sure you want to go back?
I have to. My loved ones are back home, but this place has really stolen my heart in some ways.
I know that.
Honestly,
I can tell.
I don't know if it's the summer or if it's the people.
Even winter is amazing. The winter is not that harsh like other states. We barely see so much ice here during summer. I mean, during winter.
I love Atlanta.
It's beautiful. It steals people away.
I believe that. I can see why.
It does.
Yeah.
So how would you describe yourself?
My goodness. In my short life, I say, someone asked me this the other day, and I came across this term recently, and I think it does describe me. I'm a creative introvert. And after observing myself at work, observing myself with my family, my friends in different circumstances and situations throughout my life, creative introvert seems to sum up pretty well what is going on with Nqobile thus far. Yeah.
I love the way you sounded. Interesting. A creative at that. And you're also a model. How do you juggle being a model and an actor?
My good, I don't know where you read that I'm a model. So the model thing comes from
You have to do a little research.
my younger years. So I was scouted when I was 11 years old. I was in the mall walking with an older cousin of mine, and then some lady just said, "Oh, she's pretty and skinny, and she has energy. You should bring her to the agency." So I started working when I was 12 as a model, child model. And I continued up until high school. I took a break near the end of high school. But the beginning part of my career, the initial beginning of my work was as a model, yes. So I don't do it anymore. I try not to do it because that's not my dream.
Okay, I see.
That has nothing to do with my goals. So that's why I didn't entertain it. It came after me, but I don't entertain it because I'm not really interested in modeling, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So television is your passion?
Telling stories.
Okay.
Yeah, through television, different formats, whether it's documentary, feature film, books, any way that I can communicate. That's what I love to do, yeah.
Okay. So what was your first television appearance?
My first television appearance was in a show that actually became one of the most successful shows in South Africa called Isibaya. And this was 10 years ago. This is my 10-year anniversary.
Congratulations to that.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been such a special year for me for that reason and others as well. But it was on a show called Isibaya. I had a cameo, and the casting director found me on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
And he kept messaging me saying, you need to be on television, you need to be on television. And I was like, no, you're a creep. And then eventually
so you're one of those who benefited from social media, right?
Honestly, yes. I'm not gonna lie. I really have. A lot of amazing things have happened through DMs, just getting a message on Facebook, someone just seeing my face and saying, honestly speaking, it's not just social media. I think it's just people seeing me, because I travel quite a bit. And I'll be in the airport anyway, really. I mean, I was recently in Italy for a month, and when I was leaving, someone from Spain said, oh, you should be on television. I said, I am. And he said, oh, okay. I said, don't worry. It's okay. I'm already doing it.
Yeah.
But it happens quite often with me. So I think, I was just meant to be on television, I guess, because it keeps coming up.
You have what it takes.
Thank you.
You have the face,
Thank
the
you.
talent, the creativity, everything.
Thank you.
Do you think social media is evil?
I don't think a lot of things are evil themselves. I think our use of a thing makes it harmful or beneficial, healing or harmful. And social media has benefited myself and so many people in so many ways. But once you begin to use it to manipulate, to harm, to spread false information, then it becomes harmful, of course.
Of course.
The use of it is what determines whether it's good or bad for the person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How many movies have you featured, and which is your recent?
How many movies? The most recent one would be the one that we just finished filming now here. I haven't counted. Do you want me to count quickly?
You have a lot then.
Let me try.
Just mention some.
I don't think it's a lot, but I don't know the number just in my head.
Yeah, you
know?
can just mention a few.
So I don't know if I can say the name here, so I'll just 5. I don't know if I'm missing something.
Okay.
But 5. This is feature film, you say.
Yeah, you want to say some of the names? They're already in the public space, right?
The first one is Uncovered. That was my first feature film in 2019. Meet Melusi, Ashes of a Red Cow, Merry Men, and what's number 5 that I didn't mention? Oh, Jewel. My goodness, Jewel. Which is on Netflix, sorry. Yeah.
So which amongst these ones, which of them did you play lead roles?
I played a lead on Jewel. In Uncovered, I played a lead. I played a lead in Meet Melusi, and I played a lead. 4 out of the 5, I played a lead, yeah.
Do you find it difficult to switch from your personality to being someone else in a movie?
I don't find it difficult because I've learned over the years what it takes to give an effective performance. I know what work it takes. So it's not difficult for me because I understand what needs to happen.
Yeah.
What's difficult for me is coming out of character. Yeah. Not getting into character, because I'm aware of the work and I'm enthusiastic about the work. So that's not my issue. Coming out is what I struggle with, because what is on the other side of that? It's just coming back to yourself for healthy reasons, to continue with your life, to engage with your loved ones in a healthy manner. And I guess working for me is more exciting than coming home.
Yeah.
So that's why perhaps I haven't paid careful attention to coming out of characters. So that's what's hard for me, not getting into it. I jump in, my goodness, arms, legs, toes, everything combined. But then when I'm done with the project, I'm like, okay, now what? How do I go back home and be myself and be normal?
So do you think your personality is affected by the roles you've played?
100%.
How do you mean?
So when I take on a role and I commit to telling someone's story, it becomes my reality. That might not be the healthiest way to go about it, but genuinely it becomes my reality. So when I perform, for instance, like, you know, when we call action on set, I'm not pretending. So if you're not pretending, if you're not acting, if you're being,
Yeah.
those things stay with you after they call cut.
Yeah.
They go home with you. Those thoughts, you know, you go to bed with them. They linger. Even if you're not performing it anymore. Every story lingers, and what happened to the character. And I think for that reason, I need a lot of alone time. I need a lot more alone time. The more I work, the more I get into the work that I do. So yes, they have affected me immensely, all of them. More so lead roles, because that's a bigger responsibility, of course. But yeah, I would be a different woman had I not engaged with these characters.
So how do you deal with this when these characters affect your person? How are you able to deal with that after your role?
I think the best thing for me to do is to let whatever I go through that is due to having played the character, to let whatever emotion it is or trauma that I'm feeling because of it, if that is the case, just let it wash over me gently. Like, I don't rush the process of getting out of character and abandoning that person to return to myself. I let it take the time that it needs. I try to be gentle with myself. I try to be patient with myself. And I think more than anything, I've had to learn not to be judgmental, because if you're dealing with the trauma, the triumphs, the losses of characters and yourself, it's a lot. It's a lot, and you can feel a bit cuckoo sometimes. So I think patience and self-soothing goes a long way to handling those things, because they do come up. It's just that it's not something that you can engage in having a conversation with your girlfriend, for instance. She's not equipped to help you with something like that. You need like therapy.
You go for therapy after each role?
I haven't gone to therapy because my faith has always sorted me out. It's such a powerful remedy for me. It's such a strong anchor. So
you're
in
a Christian,
my life,
right?
yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So that
I don't know how people live without
Yes.
without it. But for me, thus far, my goodness, that is the one thing in my life that has kept me anchored, rooted, sober to what is actually going on and what is actually important, and why I need to do what I do, because I do question that a lot. Yeah.
To be a Christian is a very important thing in life. It's a place of solace. It's a place where you have a lot of remedy. Apart from people think heaven and hell, as the Bible preaches, Christianity preaches, like, okay, the last day you either go to heaven or hell, right? Depends on your deeds on earth. But I think being a Christian it puts you in a better place, actually. Yeah. In times of trouble, difficulties, when you grab your Bible or you go to church, you find solace, you find remedy. Yeah. It's a place of peace, actually.
Yeah, my faith saved my life. So that goes beyond my work. It holds my life together. But I think, the world is a big place and there's all kinds of different beliefs and stuff. So for me, I say whatever gives you genuine peace and whatever holds you together in a healthy manner, stay close to that. That's your anchor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody needs that. Yeah.
Of course. What do you think can make a role challenging?
I've actually come across this. What can make a role challenging for me personally is a character that is completely, how can I say it? Situations where I'm being asked to play a character that represents things that I don't mess with.
Like what?
That can be difficult. This might ruffle a few feathers, but that's okay. There is one character that I know I will never play, and I've already refused it.
Okay.
You know, as Africans, we have, you know, African spirituality.
Yes.
And so I was asked to play in South Africa. We call it sangoma.
Okay.
And I declined. I declined to audition, and I was still offered the role, and I declined the role because I can't do that character justice, because I can't commit. I can't commit to playing that character.
So what is that?
Because of my personal views. Do you understand
what is that
what I'm
character
saying?
about? Is it like
It's
spiritual
African
voodoo? Or what?
I don't know about the voodoo part, but a traditional healer.
Yeah.
Traditional healer. Sorry. I'm not well versed in that practice, and I don't have a desire to be well versed in that practice. Therefore, now, if it becomes a character that I need to play, now I need to go do research. I need to immerse myself. I need to become. And I said, I'm not doing that. I can't do that. And if I tried, I know I would have issues with myself. You know what I mean? I'd have issues with myself. I think a similar thing probably would be if someone asked me to play like a child abuser. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could commit to that role and do it justice, because my whole, like, even just saying that, I feel warm. I'm getting angry, you know, because just the thought of it drives me insane.
Yeah.
But with the traditional healer, it's not anger or, you know, anything like that. It's just that I don't understand it, and I don't want to understand it either.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a bit of fear as well. I'm just like, I'm fine with my Jesus, please.
Yeah.
Just leave me with my Jesus.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah.
So what kind of roles do you find comfortable to featuring? Or what kind of characters, I would say?
I love a character that has a big challenge to overcome. I love physically challenging roles. I love action. I love intelligent characters. I love emotional women. I love those kinds of characters because it allows you to give more. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Would you identify any actor as a role model or mentor?
There's a woman whose performances have always left me in complete awe. Miss Thandiwe Newton.
She's in South Africa.
I think she might not be Newton anymore, but that's okay.
In South Africa?
She is her mom is from Zim.
Okay.
And her dad is from the UK, but she was raised that side. So she works mainly in the US. But she's incredible. Yeah. I don't really like answering questions about who my favorite actress is because for me, more than anything, certain performances captivate me. Not that that person is my favorite actor or actress. Do you get me?
Okay.
But she's someone that has always and consistently blows me away. Yeah. She's so gifted. Yeah.
Wow. How would you approach a scene when you don't agree with your scene partner or when you don't align with your scene partner?
That's a tough situation. I think kindness, generosity goes a long way when you're working in a creative space, because there's so many opinions on a set.
Yes.
And even though there's one script, we might all think of it in different ways.
Of course.
So if ever I'm in a situation where I feel like my scene partner's not giving me enough or not giving me the right thing, I need to manage my mind and my expectations and fix my perspective, because perhaps it's not that they're not giving me enough. Perhaps they have a different idea. Then we need to communicate. We need to take the time. We need to labor on it, so that we can find the soft spot between us about the similar material. So I think it's how you perceive that experience that can help you overcome that situation. It's not good to feel like you're in combat with someone when you're creating. It's better to soften yourself up and try to be vulnerable and receptive to whatever is being offered. Of course, sometimes maybe nothing is being offered. Maybe maybe genuinely like the guy is not giving or the girl is not giving. But I think everyone comes to set 99% of the time to do their best. Exactly. So just make that assumption, and try your best. Yeah.
Yeah. You talked about roles that you can't take or characters that you can take. So what acting role is best suited for you?
I really love physical characters. Like, give me action any day. Give me time to train first, but give me action any day. That's my favorite genre, action.
Have you ever played any sexual role? Like,
of course,
making love in a movie?
Of course, yeah.
What movie was that?
There's a movie coming out, Ashes of a Red Cow. There's, sexual scenes of a sexual nature there. There's a series on Netflix right now where I did a role. It's called Fatal Desires. I think it's called Fatal Desires. Yeah. It's on Netflix now. It premiered on Friday, 7th of July.
So how are you able to go into such character? Did you have any feelings for your partner?
No, not at all. You don't even know the person. You get a script. Yeah, you audition, you get a call back, or they just call you to work, and then you find out when you're already hired who's going to be playing the other person. So first of all, it's a stranger, but we have intimacy coaches and we have directors who help us understand the material and characters more especially. So they help you build the chemistry between yourselves. You can have conversations and decide on how you're going to go about the material. But you can't get feelings. Like, it's a professional setting. Like, there's nothing romantic really. It looks romantic when you watch, but that's because we worked on it to make it look like that.
Yes, of
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I see that you're a very skilled, talented actor.
Thank you.
Yes. What is one of your most valuable skills as an actor?
Me personally, I think my most valuable skill would be the fact that I am able to give my characters 100% access to me to tell their story. And this is why there's a very short list of characters I can't play, because I know how I work. I dive in wholeheartedly, mind, soul, and body. So I am absolutely, completely devoted to the characters that I commit to play. And I think that's a skill, because I think a lot of actors don't do that. There's a limit. There's something they're willing to give, and that's what they give, and stop. They don't go beyond that. Yeah.
Do you have any professional training in acting?
I I used to do like, they used to have like these short courses, like 3-day courses that you used to do. But the thing is, I started working when I was a child, practically. So my mom was always like, go to school. Like,
So you have
finish,
you have the
finish
talent.
yeah, she was like, finish school first of
Yeah,
all,
of
like
course.
normal school.
Every parent would encourage their children to do that.
Yeah. I'm not professionally trained.
Okay.
I mean, in terms of a qualification that I can say, like, here's my degree in acting. My degree is performing since I was 12. Yeah.
So being an actor, you have the talent and you have done some kind of studies too. What do you think is more important? Do you think talent is more important or training to be an actor?
I think without talent, you can be as trained as you want. It's not going to be very helpful. I believe storytelling is it's a calling. There's people that are meant to do it, and there's people that are meant to do something else. If you're not called to like storytelling, it's not gonna. You can go to school for 100 years. People won't understand you.
Yes.
Because you don't know how to do it. It's a gift. Yeah. For instance, and this is the thing about acting, right? Like, so many people want to be actors and actresses. But if I say I want to be a singer, I need the voice. We're all aware that I need the voice. I need to be able to use the voice as well. There's people who sincerely, genuinely cannot sing, and they know that.
Yeah.
But with acting, it's not an obvious thing.
Yeah.
You know, people will say maybe, oh no, you're bad at acting, or he's bad at acting, she's bad at acting. But they won't say you can't act. So I believe it's a gift. I believe you are called, or you are called to something else. So I don't think everyone is an actor.
Yeah. Even those that went to school for it.
Yes, I don't think everyone is an actor.
So you mean someone who has
Listen,
a talent
I
to
can
act.
go to school for I can go to school to try become a pilot. Do you think I will graduate?
It
God did
depends,
not call me to become I will never graduate. I will never become a pilot, because that's not what I'm called to do. Do you understand? I'm going to struggle so much if I ever get there.
Yeah.
But there's people that are called to storytelling, and there's people that are called to do something else. No offense.
Yeah.
Listen, everybody needs to go to school. If you can, go to school. Education is amazing. Learning how to read and write and communicate is the foundation of my career.
Yeah.
School is very important. But going to school doesn't give you talent. That's a gift from your maker.
Preparing for a movie, you said after every movie you try to have, therapy.
D-roll.
Therapy. Like, you might not go to see a psychologist, but like you have your own way of, coming back to your normal self because of the kind of character that you played. Now, what about the reverse? Before preparing for a movie, how do you mentally prepare yourself, knowing that you're going to act some kind of roles that might affect your personality? How do you prepare for that?
It's truly an intimidating process, and every experience humbles you because you have to be a child and understand that at the beginning you know nothing. Imagine every time you get a new character, you have to accept that I know nothing, and I need to learn, and I need to build this life of this person. And I need to love this person. I'm responsible for this story, this character, for this time being. So it's always an intimidating task. But what I do, first of all, is the script becomes the love of my life. I eat, drink, sleep the script. I meditate on it day and night. I try to think about it different ways. I try to understand it in different angles. And then I get into the character, and I do whatever I need to do to get into their universe in the most sincere way, in a gentle, vulnerable, in the most honest way, enter this person's universe and understand how they got there, why they got there, why they choose to do the things that they do, and how I can lend myself to their experience so that the person watching doesn't need... I want to be able to tell the story so well that if there was no dialogue, the audience would still understand what's going on. So every mannerism is communicating the story.
Yeah.
Every look is communicating the story. Every time I move, I'm communicating the story. So it's a journey of falling in love with the character. And while you're falling in love with the character, you're building the blocks of this world, of this person. So it depends, of course. If this person has to fight, maybe they're a professional fighter. Of course, then I need training. Take up Muay Thai. Get in the gym more often than you usually do, 5 days a week. If this person comes from a rural area, you need to engage in that environment. You need to communicate with the people that live there. You need to live that life as much as possible until you begin to adopt the mannerisms and the communication styles and the thinkings of that environment where that person is. Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about yourself. We've been talking about filmmaking, acting, how you've been acting and all that. What is the hardest story that you have to tell about yourself? A situation that you have gone through or that has happened and you needed to say it to the world. Was it difficult for you to say it?
I am becoming more private with age. So there's a lot that I haven't said. There's a lot that people don't know about me. And I think it's got to do with the fact that, life is a sensitive thing. And, we all go through things. We all struggle with a lot of things. But personally, in my family, in my personal life, I've gone through a lot that I've never spoken about. But of course, all of these situations involve other people.
Yes.
And me being a public figure has got nothing to do with them. So I understand people, sharing their experiences and, kind of speaking out because it provides a comfort to their audience and lets people know that they're not alone. But I try to do that through my characters. Partly out of respect for my friends, my family, past partners, and whatnot. But I'm not big on just spilling personal details. I don't really do that.
I admire that.
I might write a book when I'm, 50 and tell all something, change names. But I prefer to talk about the work, if I'm speaking to the public and, just not personal things. There is a lot, but I prefer to speak through the work, mainly because it involves other people that don't need to be broadcast now because I'm an actress and do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Sometimes it's good to protect family and friends because there are things that have happened in some families that is never spoken of.
100%.
Yeah, because you don't want. It's not because you don't want to speak about them, but because you are protecting your family, even though it hurts.
I don't think I'm doing it out of protecting them. I speak and then what? I speak and then what happens? It's not going to heal us. it's not gonna. Now people just know our business.
Yes.
Rather,
Exactly.
I actively try to initiate the healing between myself and certain people. But going on a public platform and saying, you know, this happened and this person did this and this and that, I fail to see the benefit. I'd rather we go to therapy.
Yeah.
If the relationship means something, let's go to therapy and let's sort it out. Yeah, I don't need to tell Instagram what you did to me.
Of course.
Yeah.
But do you think it's a good thing to expose your family about a bad thing that they did?
I'm not sure what I think about that, but judging by my actions, I don't find it useful to do that. Yeah.
Because once you come to the social space and speak about certain things, you've already exposed your family or friends or people that are involved in that situation. You know, do you think it's morally okay to keep quiet or to speak up?
I don't like deciding for other people, but for myself personally, the way I am, the way my life is set up now, things have happened, but I'm okay. Perhaps if I wasn't okay, then I would feel a need to protest, because I think it is a form of protest when people do that. It's like, it's a kind of cry for help sometimes. I'm not in a position where I think or feel like I need to cry out for help. A lot of things have happened, but I'm okay. Like, God's got me, like he's got his arms around me. Like, I'm okay. I'm sorted. I'm okay. But if I wasn't, perhaps I might feel that way. So I don't know. Maybe tomorrow I might unravel and feel like, I need to. But so far.
You know, today social media it's a way of people coming to spill out their anger, hate, fear, depression, everything. What would you think? What would you say to people who don't know how to like manage their situations? Do you think it's better to just deal with it internally or come into the social space to spill out?
I don't think people should implode. I think it's important to talk about what you're going through and get the help that you need.
Yes.
But I don't think the help that you need is blasting things on social media for it. Get professional help. Really find out what is it going to take for me to heal, because listen, throughout life, a lot of things are going to happen to you as a person in general. All of us from all kinds of backgrounds. Life is going to life.
Yes.
Things are going to happen to you. But as an adult, it's your responsibility to find healing.
Yes.
It's your responsibility to seek out the help that's going to assist you in healing that trauma
I like that
you have. As an adult, it's all up to you.
Yeah.
So you either take that responsibility or you don't.
Yes.
And the longer you delay that process, the longer you suffer.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about dating scene.
Oh Lord.
Would you date a broke guy?
I have. I have. And, you know, the strange thing about dating is that, you know, when we're kids, you have a boyfriend or you have a girlfriend and you're dating and it's cute. And you go watch movies and you go to the park and you buy each other cards and little gifts. And it's cute. But the older you get, the definition of partnership evolves.
Yes.
And things start becoming serious. And they start to influence your actual life much more.
Exactly.
So I never used to take it that seriously. But of course now I'm a woman. It's very serious now. If I want to get married one day and have kids one day, I need to seriously sit down and think about, okay, what kind of man would I want to father my children? Yeah. What kind of man can be the kind of husband that I need, and what kind of wife would I be? What kind of mother am I going to be? It's very serious. My goodness, adulthood is not child's play.
Yeah.
But what I think about dating, I think people just need to be honest with themselves and each other.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of pretending going around. I think a lot of people are not dealing with their own childhood traumas.
Yes.
And then we end up traumatizing each other. And
a lot of people are not healed.
Yeah.
From their traumas and
100%.
past,
100%. And then we think we can build a life together. Meantime.
in such way, they're destroying the lives of others.
Yeah.
You need healing. You need to be healed before you can. You need to love yourself
100%.
before you can give out love.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, you're gonna mess up the life of the person you're meeting.
Potentially, yeah, it's possible. There's a friend of mine the other day, we were talking, and all of a sudden they said to me, they had a revelation about a verse, and they said, when it says love thy neighbor as you love yourself, what it's actually saying is that you need to love yourself first. Only then can you actually love your neighbor.
Of course.
The emphasis is not on the neighbor, the emphasis is on the self. Your first responsibility is to love and nourish yourself. Only then are you capable of giving good love. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a beautiful way to look at it. Yeah.
What do you think is today's woman's expectations from a man?
But it depends which woman you're speaking to.
Okay.
We're all so different,
Mm-hmm.
My preference.
Okay, let's talk about the general view of a woman and your perspective.
I don't know the general view. I can talk about my perspective,
okay, cool.
But I can't now represent all women, and then people are coming for me.
Okay.
Okay. But I prefer someone who has their own life. Have a passion, have an ambition, have things that you're going after. Wake up and go after something. Even if you fail, I don't care. Come home having failed 200 days a year, and then the other days, hopefully it's a win. But have something that you want, that you're focused on, that, you're fighting for, because that's what gives life meaning. Yeah. Really, it gives life so much meaning. I mean, my career, for instance, when I was much younger and I would tell my parents, oh, one day I want to do this and I want to do this and I want this to happen and I want this to happen. They were like, oh, that's cute, boo-boo. Because girls are meant to get married and have kids, right?
Yeah.
The career thing isn't a huge thing. Only now in this day and age, people are beginning to respect the careers of women and take it seriously. But I think as a man, have a life. As a woman, have a life. And then build something together. But you need personal success. You need personal goals, personal dreams. Your dream can't be a person. Your dream can't be, hey, I'm sorry. Your dream can't be to get married.
Mm-hmm.
That should be happening alongside your actual dream.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think you got to work on things that people can't take away from you.
But today, a lot of people are just like, they want to get married.
Okay, then they get married. And then what? Okay, now you're married. Now what? Yeah. What's the next dream?
It's not about the wedding. It's about the marriage. The life of being married.
Yeah.
And you have to be prepared for that. But a lot of people are not prepared for that.
Most.
Yeah.
I believe.
On the most part.
I believe marriage is a gift that certain people qualify for. I don't think everyone should have the right to be getting married. Come after me, do what you want. But I don't think a lot of people are qualified for marriage.
Why did you say that?
Because they don't respect the union. They're not prepared. People just be getting married and, doing all kinds of strange things. Like... The institution came from somewhere. There are laws that come with marriage. You can't just... But anyway, people do what they want. I don't think everyone is qualified or fit for marriage. And that's not an insult.
Yeah.
You don't have to get married. Nobody has to get married. Nobody has to have kids either.
Of course.
Do what works for you, but be honest with yourself and other people, please.
How do you deal with controversies?
I'm very good at minding my business. It's a good thing, and I think in some ways it might be a bad thing.
So
try.
but you do care about public opinion, public perception about you?
It depends who.
Okay.
General public, honestly speaking, I'm not very bothered, because how is it going to help me to worry about what the general public is thinking about? Hey, that's got nothing to do with anything. I'm not running for public office. I'm a performer. You consume the character, not me. You don't consume me. I'm not very bothered about public opinion, to be honest.
Looking back,
Yeah.
what would you give to your younger self?
Oh, I'd just give her a hug. I was a very happy kid. I grew up really well. I was very fortunate, but I knew it. I didn't take things for granted. Loved my family, loved my friends. No, she was such a happy kid. I'd just give her a hug. Yeah. Also, what she thought was real and true. Yeah. I'd just give her a hug. I'd say, yeah. I'd say you're fine. Don't stress. Yeah.
What brings you the least happiness?
What doesn't make me happy?
Yes.
Poverty, violence, child abuse. And that's not just physical. Child abuse is negligence.
Emotional.
Bringing children into the world and not taking care of them. Not acknowledging them. That breaks my heart. Yeah. Abusing people's human rights. There's a lot of things, honestly, but those I'm sure are top of the list. Yeah.
Of course. Nobody should be. Nobody should experience that.
Yeah.
Nobody should experience poverty. Nobody should experience abuse.
It's so the thing about poverty. It affects so many areas of your life, and the kind of disadvantage it gives you, it takes years to come out of that. It takes years and a lot of effort. And the reason why it makes me so upset is because I don't believe anybody on this earth should be poor.
Absolutely.
People have so much to give, and for some reason they're not giving.
Yeah.
It's very strange. It's very strange, and I don't understand it. Yeah. There is no need for poverty, but it persists. It exists now in 2023. We have people, rest in peace to these individuals, but we have people going to see the Titanic for fun.
Yeah.
Spending all kinds of amounts of money. And there's people who don't have bread to eat for the day. There's things going on in this world that I don't understand. I don't understand. Yeah.
Someone once told me, he said, I'm still trying to process it though. He said it takes good and evil to balance the world. It takes poverty and riches to balance the world.
That person believes the world is balanced?
I don't know. I didn't get a chance to ask that question.
Yeah. I don't think the world is balanced.
I don't think either too. What gives you the most happiness?
Honestly, being on set. And I know it's such a typical answer.
Your passion.
I know it's such a typical answer, but I see myself at work.
Yeah.
I go home and I'm like, geez, you had such a good day. Why? You were on set. Yeah.
It happens to me too. I said, take away everything. Leave me with my passion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
It
what
gives
it
me
is
joy.
about being around creatives.
Yeah.
I love us. I love creative people. Creative work allows the heart to be at the brim of things.
Wow.
you know? And it's beautiful to engage with those energies throughout the day. It's wonderful. Yeah.
Describe your creative process when you're not on set. What do you do when you're not on set?
I protect my gift until it's needed again. I believe for myself, now this might sound a little cuckoo, but you asked me, so I'm sharing. I know where my performance comes from inside me. My performance comes from a place inside me that is extremely vulnerable. It's capable of anything and everything I ask it to do, but it requires me to walk with my back straight. It needs my protection. It doesn't thrive in all environments. It can get hurt. I can, I'm going to sound so cuckoo, but I can feel my gift inside of me. I know where it lies. And it tells me how to carry myself to protect it. So when I'm not on set, a lot of how my day goes is around protecting that thing, because it protects me, because it's allowed me to have all kinds of wonderful experiences through the art of storytelling. My sitting here with you in Atlanta is because this gift has given me the ability to do so. So I'm doing whatever I need to respect that gift. So I don't, for instance, like my gift doesn't want me in all the clubs. My gift doesn't want me with anyone doing anything. Because on a certain level, the deeper you go, the truth is that there's a part of you that doesn't know that you're performing. My gift doesn't know what acting is. My gift doesn't understand that when they call action, we're going to pretend to do this, or we're going to act to this, and then they're going to call cut, and that's not true anymore. My gift believes every character I've played. My gift believes these are things that we've been through as a person.
Yes.
So I need to respect that part of myself that I've exposed to all of these different things and go home and be calm. Because, for instance, if I'm telling a GBV storyline, that's gender-based violence, she's being abused every day for 8 hours at work. You know, the other hours are lunch break, makeup, chatting, blocking the scene, whatever. But for most of the day, she's been abused. She's been traumatized. So I need to protect that part of myself. And that's me being that's me becoming more private the older I get, because I'm using my gift more. So I need to protect it more.
Yeah.
So when I'm not working, I'm doing my best to relax, be stress-free, enjoy life. I attract a lot of traumatized characters. I attract a lot of violated characters. I don't know why. But I'm willing to commit to the work and do what I believe God has called me to do. But when I'm done doing that, I need to chill.
Of course.
Yeah, I need to chill. I need to sit on the beach and have a cocktail
Yeah.
and dance and be silly and be safe
Yeah.
and convince her, convince the gift that, oh, it's okay. There's actually a balance. It's okay.
Yeah. You said the beach. When was the last time you went to the beach?
Oh, I was on the beach for a month recently in Italy. Yeah.
Ooh, that's awesome.
It's my favorite place.
That was a wonderful experience. You
Yeah.
want to share a little bit of that?
Yeah.
How was your experience?
Oh, it was a vacation. So my partner's actually Italian. He's from Rome.
Okay.
So he went home to spend time with his family, and then I joined for a month in between work. Yeah.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
that's why I
That's
was
a great
there.
experience.
Yeah. Oh, all the time.
Yeah. Okay, cool. How would you describe the South African film industry?
The South African film industry. It's a beautiful place where amazing things are beginning to happen. I think, in Africa in general, our film industries are very young. So there's lots to learn. But I believe in the power of collaboration, which is what is happening right now, or more so what I'm engaging in. And it's a beautiful place. Wherever you start your career is always going to be a special place for you. And one thing that I love most about South Africa is how they write for Black female actresses. There's so many amazing characters that have come out of South Africa. So many inspiring stories. But how South Africa writes for Black female actresses is the best in the world. The best in the world. And the thing is, we have so many languages, and we perform in these different languages. So without subtitles, no one's going to understand what we're saying, of course. So the stories don't always travel far and get experienced by other people. But I hope that, with technology, all of these new ways that we have to communicate, that people will begin to consume our art more, because there's some beautiful things going on South African television. What? Some of the best, really. There's so much talent. But it's just it's in the nature of the African to be a brilliant storyteller, because we've been doing it throughout the generations. This is what our grandfathers and great grandfathers would do. It's just, outside amongst themselves around the fire. A father passes on a story to his son and it travels down, but now we're just putting a camera in front of it. So we have the gift. We just need to be able to incorporate all of these different materials and formats and mediums that the world has to offer, and continue to put the story out there. Yeah.
Amazing. What tips would you give to aspiring actors?
Be available to tell the story. I can remember when I was starting out, something clicked one day, and it was, if you've been given a character to play, you don't need to try to play that character. You already know you're an artist. The only question is, are you committed or not? Are you going to play this character or not? That's it. It's not about trying.
Yeah.
If you're an artist, you already can.
Yes.
The ability is already there. It's the decision that needs to take place. Once you decide, you commit, I'm going to tell this character's story honestly. I'm going to commit. That's it. but you have to commit to the work, and the work is not easy, but you have to
It's not
commit.
easy.
So it's making the decision to commit. That's what changes everything. Because then the rest follows.
Yeah.
But when you don't make the decision, once you haven't made the commitment, that's when you're floating around, you're not really getting there, you're not sure. Like for me, when I'm performing, I don't watch the monitor. Like I don't shoot a scene and then go and check, oh, did I do that correctly? You know.
Yeah.
You know. You know what you did between action and cut.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, where are you? Are you not present? How can you not know what just happened? You were there. If you don't know you weren't there, you're not present. You're just letting anything and anything happen. So that changed a lot for me. I realized you just need to decide. Once you've made the decision, that's it. Once you've made the decision, you do everything that is in line with having made that decision. And it feels like free fall. It feels dangerous to commit to a character. It feels dangerous because what is interesting about a story, the character starts off here. They have issues. There's a big problem, you know, there's a crescendo and then it comes down. They find a solution, you know, happy ending.
Yeah.
But you've got to reach the dangerous, vulnerable place of that conflict.
Yeah.
When the character is in agony, you got to be able to go there.
And feel that
And
scene.
that, yes, and that takes commitment. It's a free fall. You feel like I'm falling, and when I land, I don't know if I'm gonna land on hard ground in the ocean. I don't know where I'm gonna end up, but you have to trust the process. If the character's falling, you need to fall. You need to fall, and trust.
That is great acting.
Trust the process. That's why people fall in love with performances. Because that person is not pretending. They're being. You know, she comes home to find her son has committed suicide. And she lets out a scream from her soul. Listen, you're not going to get that scream just kind of, just imagining what it might. You really need to
immerse yourself.
Yeah, you really need to get inside yourself sincerely and say, if it were to happen to me and I had these characteristics and I lived this kind of life and I was at this place in my life, how would this event affect me? As the character, the truth cannot be faked. It cannot be, you can't try to tell the truth. You either tell the truth or you don't. And that's the thing about storytelling. It's authentic or it's not. There's no middle ground. It's not gray. It's white and black stuff. So that's what I would say. Be honest, be authentic. Come ready to be real. And that takes a lot of courage.
Yeah, of course.
It takes a lot of courage. Yeah.
You also produce and direct,
Yeah.
right? Share a little bit about that.
I opened a production company in 2020 during the pandemic.
Okay.
What
is it called?
It's called Komarebi Pictures. Komarebi Pictures, the word Komarebi is actually Japanese for the phenomenon described as, you know, when there is light coming through the trees, and it describes that nostalgic feeling of missing someone or something. So that's why we gave it that name. And what we do is we focus on social issues one country at a time. So we educate, spread awareness, and tell stories whether it be through documentary or short film or feature film perhaps in the future. So thus far we've completed 2 projects. There's a documentary called Beauty for Ashes, which focuses on South Africa. And then we did a short film as well called Little Broken Bodies. Yeah. And they've both done very well. I'm very happy about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
How do you see yourself in the next 5 years? How and where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I would love to collaborate with more people around the world. I would really love to shoot a feature film in as many countries as possible. I don't know how possible that is. But to describe
everything is possible. Anything is possible.
It's true, right? Right? I'm sitting in Atlanta, excuse me. Yeah. It's crazy.
What your deepest dreams can come to life.
Yeah.
In fact, what comes to life is what we have actually dreamt about many years ago. Or some years ago.
That's correct. I believe that. So my ultimate dream is to work with the best creatives in every department in the whole world. I want to be the best performer I can be. I want to become the best director I can be. I want to work with the best department in hair and makeup. I want to work with the best actors. I want to work with the best directors. I want to be on the set with the most gifted, talented people in the world. I want to work with those individuals and see what happens. That is my ultimate dream, to work with the best in the industry.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's a great dream.
It is. It is.
Yeah, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Your dreams,
thank you.
We pray they're going to come true.
In God's time, they will.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Do you want people to support you and follow you?
So I have an Instagram. I don't post all the time, I'm sorry. But you can find me at Nunu Khumalo on Instagram. NUNUKHUMALO. And on Twitter, I am the same, Nqobile Nunu Khumalo, but I think it's FTF_NKH. FTF_NKH. I hope that's correct. And those are the 2 platforms that I guess I'm a bit active on, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all we can take for today. And I want to thank you for coming. I appreciate you for making our time to come.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I hope you'll be on this show again.
I hope so. Next time I'm in Atlanta, why not? We should catch up. Yeah.
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an amazing time here in the studio. She shared some very interesting, inspiring, and educative time. Thank you for being here. Make sure you continue to watch the Big Tega podcast. And if you are new here, please kindly subscribe. Until next time, peace.